The commander of the National Capital District and Central Provinces, Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Benjamin Turi, said that police will conduct awareness next week for the people residing at 4 Mile Works compound. He stated that since the buildings were condemned and there are many reports of people committing criminal offences residing there, police will move in to carry out evictions as per directives from the Works Department. He said those who are looking after animals like pigs inside their yard are advised to remove them, or the NCDC enforcement team will move in and have them removed. Commander Turi also added that 8 Mile Settlement is another area where the police will start conducting evictions. He said those who do not have land titles and are squatting on people's land are advised to prepare for evictions that will happen anytime. Pakatambo National EMTV News.
New malaria training in Western Province is helping village volunteers treat patients at home and reduce pressure on health centers.
Damera village in the Western Province has hosted a 3-day community malaria volunteer training led by the Western Provincial Health Authority. The training involved volunteers from more than 10 nearby villages. The program aims to help communities manage malaria at home, especially in areas without health facilities. Damera village has no aid post, forcing residents to walk to Care village for treatment. Community health worker Gem Koibaku welcomed the training, saying volunteers will now help during early malaria outbreaks. Village chairman Naga Karea said the program allows patients to receive treatment locally, saving time and travel. Volunteers learned how to test for malaria, give treatment and educate their communities. They also receive medical kits, mosquito nets, phones and reporting tools. Western PHA Malaria Program Manager Julie Sunakia said this is the 5th training in the province with more planned. Public Health Director Cletus Bond praised the team and promised full support for volunteer certification. Community leaders thanked Damera village hosts for supporting the program. Joel Mipari, National EMTV News.
Imbongo District Development Authority has signaled a renewed focus on leadership and service delivery following the swearing-in of 3 local-level government presidents in Yalibu, Southern Highlands Province recently.
The swearing-in ceremony and DDA board meeting for Imbongo were held on Friday at the Western Pacific University Hall in Yalibu. The LLG presidents that were sworn in are Topoye Natil for Imbongo Proper LLG, Robert Dopo for Yalibu Basin, and James Mbia for Lower Mendi. They were officially sworn in by Yalibu Pangia Senior Magistrate Pinson Pindipia, Acting Imbongo District Executive Officer Paul Kereme, who officiated the ceremony, thanked Western Pacific University for providing venue and acknowledged the presence of local member and Minister for Justice and Attorney General Pila Niningi, who was present at the ceremony. Mr. Kereme said the people remains priority and service delivery should be the focus. Minister Niningi said leadership challenges had contributed to the past administrative problems in the district. Mr. Niningi also dismissed claims of favoritism regarding the appointment of Mr. Kereme as acting CEO. Niningi said Kereme was appointed on merit basis. The minister concluded that changes in leadership were necessary when administrations failed to meet expected performance outcomes. Pakatambo National EMTV News.
Madang provincial government has passed 474 million kina provincial budget for 2026. Infrastructure upgrades, education support and accountability measures were captured as development priorities in the budget.
The Madang provincial government has officially passed its 2026 budget totaling 474 million kina. During an assembly held at the Madang Provincial Government House, the budget was presented by the Governor, Honorable Ramsey Pariwa, before local-level government presidents, provincial departmental heads, and members of the public. Governor Pariwa described the budget as practical and focused on province's most urgent needs. He welcomed the presence of the Usino-Bundi MP, Vincent Kumura, and Middle Ramu MP, Kansol Hawaii Kamdaru. Thanking them for their support, the governor stressed the accountability will be the key in implementing the budget, urging LLG presidents and departmental heads to submit clear activity plans before requesting funds. He warned that no projects will receive funding without proper planning. Governor Pariu also highlighted key priorities including economic growth, infrastructure improvement and education support across Medellin province. He issued a strong warning against misuse of public funds, calling a discipline and good governance at all levels. The 474 million kina budget is expected to guide the development programs and improve service delivery throughout Medellin province in 2026. Joel Mipari, National EMTV News.
Youths in Medang are leading community awareness program to address social issues and inspire positive change across the province.
Youths in Medellin are stepping up to help restore their province through community awareness on key social issues. The program is led by Nicholas Gamuna, a founder of the Gamuna Foundation and a final year student at the Divine Word University. The youth initiative called Good Plus Sindown recently completed a successful outreach at Ivab village in the Transgogol area. Gamuna says the program focuses on youth empowerment and promoting law and order issues in the communities. He says educating young people is important to keep them on the right path. Gamuna encourages youths to lead by example and be a good role models for the next generation. He is calling on unemployed youths to join the movement, saying it is about building a better future, not money. The awareness was carried out in the Ivab village, led by Nicholas Gamuna. Gamuna says the foundation plans to continue the Good Plus Sindown program in more Medellin communities this year. Joel Mipari, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you,
Yum.
stir fry for you, and chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Helping farmers grow the crop while neglecting the critical steps of value chain, processing, marketing, and finance.
In Focus returns in 2026 on Monday night
with our first interview with the National Agriculture Research Institute.
We export to New Zealand, but not to Australia because of the biosecurity conditions.
That's on Monday night.
You're watching National EMTV News. National Maritime Safety Authority and the police have launched a joint investigation on the disappearance of the ship engineer, Richard Samai.
The executive manager for the maritime operations at the National Maritime Safety Authority, Captain Christoph Olowski, confirmed that NMSA is partnering with the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary to conduct investigations into ship engineer Richard Samai's disappearance. Captain Olowski said NMSA, as the primary regulator for the maritime safety in Papua New Guinea, has activated a joint task force in collaboration with the water police following unsatisfactory results from initial investigations. He further confirmed that the investigation team is currently in autonomous region of Bougainville.
Formal investigation into disappearance of Chief Engineer Richard Samai from motor vessel Emilia Spirit, a vessel owned by RNA Marine Services Limited. During the transit between Loloho and Kokopo on 14 and 15 of December 2025.
With the support of the Arawa Criminal Investigation Unit, the investigation is currently underway. According to NMSA, the findings will not be disclosed at this stage, as investigation is still in progress.
In response to unsatisfactory result of initial investigation, the National Maritime Safety Authority has activated a joint task force comprising the National Maritime Safety Authority Enforcement Unit and the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary Police. This joint exercise is conducted under the statutory powers vested in both authorities to ensure the most comprehensive outcome.
Acting Director Water Police Inspector Giwiyaku shared similar sentiments.
The investigation is still ongoing, so we won't really dive in deep on other information to share with you all.
Captain Olowski has assured the family, public and stakeholders that the investigations will be concluded with a positive and satisfactory outcome. Joel Mipari, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, National Maritime Safety Authority is assuring the family of missing person Richard Samai that investigation is currently underway and all processes under maritime investigation laws will remain transparent.
National Maritime Safety Authority Executive Manager Captain Christoph Olowski has assured the family of missing person Richard Samai that NMSA remains committed to provide regular updates on the progress of the ongoing investigation. Captain Olowski stated that every incident reported to NMSA is thoroughly investigated.
Under the laws of Papua New Guinea, the NMSA will continue to provide the Samai family and relevant stakeholders with update to the Joint Task Force concludes its current phase of evidence review.
He noted that the authority is working closely with the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, drawing on their expertise in conducting formal investigations into the matter.
Collaboration with water police is especially very important for us because we get the expertise also supporting our operation. Thank you.
Captain Olowski further emphasized that the investigation is being carried out to ensure maritime safety and accountability, and that all processes under maritime investigation laws will remain transparent.
We are not sweeping any incident under the carpet. Every incident reported to NMSA is investigated always. We have the professional team for marine casualty investigation. They were trained in Papua New Guinea and overseas.
Mimi Pio, National EMTV News.
Kagua-Arava District Development Authority Board in Southern Highlands Province has elected David Sule as its new acting chairman.
David Sule, the president of Kagwa Central Rural Local Level Government, will serve as the acting DDA chairman until a new member is declared for the Kagwa Erawe electorate. The election was conducted during a formal sitting held in Mendi on Thursday, 30 January 2026. The proceedings were presided over by the acting chief executive officer of Kagwa Erawe DDA, Ludwig Orapawa, and were witnessed by senior officials from the Southern Highlands Provincial Administration, led by Deputy Provincial Administrator Dr. Emmanuel Kumpio Andrew. Dr. Andrew clarified that the election was conducted in strict compliance with the District Development Authority Act 2014. He cited a ministerial directive issued by the Department of Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs on January 10, 2026, which mandated the appointment of an acting chairman to fill the leadership vacuum. David Sule now takes on the additional responsibility of leading the District Development Authority. The position of Kagwa District Development Authority Chairman became vacant following last year's court decisions to nullify former Kagwa Erawe MP Maino Paino's election victory. Charlie Dumavi, National EMTV News.
Residents of Parama Village in South Fly District of Western Province gathered for a cultural celebration after removing decorations placed during their recent court victory.
People of the Parama village in the South Fly district of Western Province came together for a special community celebration. The event followed the removal of decorations that were put up during their recent court win for the Parama village. Local leaders say the gathering allowed villagers to celebrate peacefully through traditional dancing and singing. Men, women and children took part, showcasing cultural performances passed down through generations. Community members dressed in traditional attire, while drum beats and song filled the village. Organizers say the celebration is a custom normally practiced in coastal villages across the South Fly district, especially after major events. They say it brings unity, respect and togetherness among families and clans. Villagers also used the opportunity to thank supporters and elders who guided them through the court processes. Community leaders say such events preserve culture while strengthening relationships. They added that the Parama village remains committed to peace and cultural pride. Joel Mipari, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
EMTV is proud to announce that we are now offering tower rental spaces on the tallest tower in NCD and Central Province. Our new 80 meters television broadcasting tower proudly boasts an improved structure durability. It is versatile and suitable for various communications and broadcasting needs. It has a high internal load capacity, supporting multiple antennas and technologies simultaneously. This is your opportunity to optimize your transmission signal for wider coverage and extended reach. For co-location information, call 7723-3484 or email engineering@mtv.com.pg. MTV, your number one to watch.
You're watching National MTV News. The Consultative and Implementation Monitoring Council launched its website yesterday at the Crown Hotel in Port Moresby.
The event brought together key stakeholders and development partners, highlighting the importance of collaboration and information sharing. Consultative Implementation Monitoring Council Executive Officer Wallace Yakam said the new website will serve as an important platform for engagement, communication, and sharing of information among stakeholders and public.
Not merely a virtual reality, it is a strategic entry point. It features an interactive online forum designed to capture sectoral insights and critical feedback on the developmental issues that are facing our country. We are moving beyond one-way information sharing toward a more collective voice that informs policy formulation, reviews, and implementation. I invite you all to explore the site, join the forums, and help us turn digital engagement into tangible impact.
Meanwhile, the director of the National Research Institute, Dr. Osborne Sanida, in his remarks, said the primary goal of all government organizations is to meet the needs and aspirations of the people. He emphasized on collaboration between NRI and CIMC, noting that the website will be a valuable tool for information sharing and data collection, enabling NRI to access relevant research and policy information.
Mr. Barker and Mrs. Jackson mentioned, I think one of the development forums that you hold is very important. So for example, for us at NRI, we do research, but we have funding. So sometimes we don't have to go out there, but we can use the information that CIMC collects and then analyze and then provide. So that is why I think the collaboration that has been mentioned. How can we collaborate and we work together? So I commend the work of the CIMC.
Mimi Pio, National MTV News.
Moving to overseas news, U.S. President Donald Trump has asked Russian President Vladimir Putin not to target the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, for 1 week as the region experiences frigid temperatures.
Kyiv is facing prolonged winter power outages as Russian missile and drone attacks continue to damage energy infrastructure, leaving many around the country without heat in the middle of winter. Several power plants have also frozen over, with residents continuing to struggle with blackouts. Mr. Trump says Mr. Putin has agreed to the request, but there's been no confirmation it will happen.
I personally asked President Putin not to fire into Kiev and the various towns for a week, and he agreed to do that. And I have to tell you, it was very nice. A lot of people said, don't waste the call, you're not going to get that, and he did it, and we're very happy that they did it.
That's correct.
Because on top of everything else, that's not what they need, is missiles coming into their towns and cities.
In a post on social media, Volodymyr Zelensky says power supply is a foundation of life. We value the efforts of our partners to help us protect lives. Thank you, President Trump. He goes on to say we expect the agreements to be implemented. De-escalation steps contribute to real progress towards ending the war. Meanwhile, ceasefire negotiations have stalled, with territorial disputes and security guarantees by international partners yet to be agreed upon. Talks are set to resume over the weekend as the EU's top diplomat accuses Russia of not taking negotiations seriously. The US Special Envoy says a lot of progress has been made and he's optimistic about the upcoming three-way talks between the US, Ukraine and Russia.
Donald Trump's border SAR says immigration enforcement operations in Minnesota will be more tightly focused after he hints tensions over the killing of 2 civilians by ICE agents.
A top ICE official has sent internal advice directing officers to refrain from engaging with protesters and only target immigrants with criminal records. Border Czar Tom Homan has pushed for more access to state jails so agents can pick up immigrants when they're released from custody. Mr Homan has also signalled his intention to reduce the 3,000-strong force in the state after meeting with Governor Tim Walz and Minnesota Mayor Jacob Frey. Mr Homan declined to offer specific figures but says he's aiming to decrease the deployment with more cooperation from state and local leaders.
The withdrawal of law enforcement resources here is dependent upon cooperation. Like I said, one agent arresting one bad guy in jail means less agents on the street. We have some agreements. We got more to talk about how we're going to implement those agreements. But as we see that cooperation happen, then the redeployment will happen. Look, target enforcement operations should happen across the nation. That's what we've done for decades.
Donald Trump tasked Mr Homan with overseeing the enforcement surge earlier this week in response to widespread demonstrations over the fatal shootings. The president has again criticised Mayor Jacob Frey after earlier striking a more conciliatory tone and promising to de-escalate tensions. He's accused Mr Frey of playing with fire by insisting that state authorities will play no role in helping enforce federal immigration laws. Mr Frey has addressed a conference of mayors in Washington, D.C., saying he's committed to defending democracy.
Never in a million years did I think that we would be in this place where troops and federal agents by the thousands have been deployed.
More than 20 people have been rescued from flood waters in Queensland in the first month of the year.
This all began, I suppose, late last month, in late December, when we had those record-breaking floods in parts of the northwest and Gulf country, really severe flooding up that way. And then a couple of weeks ago, we had ex-tropical cyclone Koji move from the sort of Ayr, Mackay coast and make its way inland towards the northwest, bringing about really severe flash flooding. And because the catchments are already so sodden up that way, any additional rainfall was leading to really severe and dangerous flooding. We had people, unfortunately, trying to cross through sort of remote parts of the northwest over that period. A lot of people trying to get from, perhaps they were visiting friends on the east coast, trying to get back home to Darwin after that sort of Christmas, New Year period. And we had some people rescued from their cars during that time. A couple of people had to break windows and swim for their life through floodwaters up around the Gulf. Then in more recent weeks, that severe flash flooding around the Central Highlands, places like Clermont. You might have seen pictures from Ainsley in recent days. We've also had some people taken off the roofs of their cars during those flood events. Unfortunately, Mel, the SES says in most of the 20 cases of flood rescues, people have deliberately driven through those flood waters. So the message of it's flooded, forget it, seemingly hasn't been getting through. There aren't a lot of options for people to drive around floodwaters in some of these remote parts, and there aren't enough police to monitor sort of road closures, so they are relying on people to do the right thing. Thankfully, Mel, we haven't seen any fatalities over the past couple of weeks. There was one, unfortunately, in Normanton late last month, but that is more down to good luck rather than good management. And unfortunately, we've still got a month or so of the wet season to go.
Overseas protesters in Iran are begging Donald Trump to launch military action to help topple the Islamic regime after the U.S. president warned warships.
Iran is now bracing for a potential US strike after Donald Trump warned that a fleet of 10 US warships he's sent to the region is ready to attack Iran with speed and violence if it doesn't come to the table for nuclear talks. I've spoken to several people inside Iran who have broken through the internet blackout imposed by the regime and told me that protesters are begging for Donald Trump to take action, with some writing, "President Trump, please help," on walls across the country. One woman who was at the protests told me that she watched security forces shoot her friend in the leg. She said that President Trump is their only hope and Iranians need help to overthrow the Islamic regime, which has shown no mercy for its own people. Several organisations estimate the death toll from the Islamic regime's violent crackdown on protesters has exceeded 30,000. A US aircraft carrier with 5,000 crew and 50 fighter jets has now arrived in the Middle East on top of the thousands of troops and several bases it already has in the region. Donald Trump's focus has now shifted to Iran's nuclear weapons. He's warned his force is ready to attack Iran if it doesn't agree to negotiate a new deal to curb its nuclear program. Security experts say an attack could be imminent.
I think that the tempo of the build-up and the scale of it suggests that a military strike of some nature is highly likely. Whether that's going to be a sustained campaign or whether it's a one-off, high-visibility strike against a high-value target, I think that's going to that's the variable that we'll be watching.
Iran has already threatened retaliation, warning the US it has its finger on the trigger, ready to respond immediately and powerfully. The EU has designated the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps a terrorist organisation, which is something Australia did back in November. But here, it's all about de-escalation. Even Russia is urging restraint from both sides. And several of Donald Trump's allies in the Middle East have warned him not to attack Iran over fears that it could spark a broader conflict as the region braces for what could come next.
Police are continuing to investigate the circumstances of a suspected murder-suicide suburb in Perth after a family of 4 was found dead in their home yesterday.
West Australian police are investigating the deaths of 4 individuals as a suspected murder-suicide. It's understood that it was a family unit, a 50-year-old father, a 49-year-old mother and 2 teenage boys aged 14 and 16. Their bodies were found at a property in Mossman Park, which is in Perth's west. A family member attended the house in the morning at a pre-arranged time. They were planning to meet up with the family and called police, who then came in and found the bodies. Police said the bodies weren't located together and that it didn't appear to be a violent manner of death. Also, they said that 3 pets were found dead and that they did discover a note at the scene as well, although we're not aware yet of the contents of that note. We also understand that the 2 teenage boys had significant health problems. Obviously, it's an incredibly traumatic time, particularly for those police officers who attended the scene and found those bodies, and we did hear from police earlier.
The officers are understandably in shock after being confronted with such an incident like this. It's not often that our officers come across such a tragic event with this many persons deceased.
We've been watching forensic police going in and out. They're collecting evidence still, and there's still a very heavy police presence at the scene, and the public are being asked to avoid the area, but police did make clear that there is no ongoing threat to the public.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more.
Get that burst of Gold Nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion Kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. With money plus we're ready to go.
Kai Time returns next week Wednesday at 7 p.m. Join me next week Wednesday at 7 p.m. for more simple, budget-friendly meals, cooking tips plus more, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Goilala Rugby League 9th tournament has kicked off at the Coney Tigers Oval in Port Moresby.
Now here in Port Moresby, the Goilala Rugby League 9th tournament has kicked off here at the Coney Tigers Oval. Speaking to Trukai Sports, the tournament director gave an update on today's matches.
Citizen Blow, Papua New Guinea, NCDC, especially now we looking at my back is Goilala 9th Rugby League tournament in Mono. Here lo Coney Tigers Oval lo Waigani. Mogada Goilala in NCDC in Central Province. All can take part of this la. We supposed to start lo yesterday, but due lo weather so now we start. So we now play start Baxerema and Tapini Snails all the way from Tapini. And 6 months, Ivani Tigers lo 6 months. Saraga. Now play stop so we like Brunim Saoga, Goilala community in Selo, Mospina, Central Province lo. Just lo keep him all youths busy na play sports because name lo Goilala now lo media or Bagara. People can look him as far as Mosby South, na Inselo NCDC, Goilala or logo Uvik team na Rausim Inselo City. So just few make him now. The rest, people are innocent people, women and children. People like take part in Inselo sports, so change the mindset. Goilala youths lo sports na keep him all busy. So about living better life in Inselo sports na look him never life in Inselo sports.
Now with the 24 teams taking part here at the Coney Tigers Oval, more of rugby league actions continue here. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Chicken kebab dinner. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you and chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion Kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Hi, it's Jaylee. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? From the streets of Port Moresby to the global stage, we're bringing you the best of local and international sports. Profiles on PNG's rising and legendary stars, in-depth coverage of the biggest tournaments, and all the latest sports news. It's all coming back in 2026. Mark your calendars. Thursdays at 7 p.m, returning February 2026. More action, more stories, and more sports passion. See you in February 2026. Only on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching True Kai Sports. The JT Games in the Calgary area, Port Moresby South Electorate, have ended on a high note with the staging of grand finals.
Speaking with Trukai Sports, the games manager gave an update on the JT Games held at Calgary, saying participation from teams and youths was encouraging throughout the competition.
This game is proudly brought to you and supported by our honorable member from Moresby South. We have 16 teams altogether for volleyball and basketball also. We have 16 teams, so all the youths around Calgary, which they are participating. This is our minister's initiative that every year come aboard and support our games here at Calgary. So
he also thanked key stakeholders, sponsors, organizers and community leaders for their strong support, which contributed to the success of the games.
It's very important. It helps our SME market. So many youths they're involved in the petty crimes down at bus stop, anywhere around the community. So it's good when the sports is here. All the youths are intact and they are here in the community.
Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
A local-based team at Boram Correctional Service, Tarangao, is capitalizing on the JS Commodity CIPIC 9s tournament to build experience for their players.
The captain of Tarangao, Isaac Kamit, believes his boys can learn from such a tournament to build on their career in rugby league.
Team Lobani said, actually, when you look at him, I'm all got me blow pini lo water me blow playing stuff. Planty em poliang lon mangi, me blow amas lo karim in kamusem lo play lo direct sanines we rugby league.
He expressed they look up to veteran players in the competition to build their confidence.
People boy I'm a more lining game me can play. So me blow I'm a master lo play one time all boys I'm blow play finish them now stop. Density, Laumas, and more people mangi also play. We play some experience on the mall and we play.
There is an increase in young players in this year's tournament with promising talents in rugby league. The hosting of the JS Commodities Civic Nines support local talent in rugby league, providing an avenue to showcase their skills in sports. Benson Wema, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Helping farmers grow the crop while neglecting the critical steps of value chain, processing, marketing, and finance.
In Focus returns in 2026 on Monday night with our first interview with the National Agriculture Research Institute.
We export to New Zealand, but not to Australia because of the biosecurity conditions.
That's on Monday night.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With Money Plus, we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby cloudy with some rain showers, and Popondetta partly cloudy with few showers.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Saturday, the 31st of January 2026. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.